You know what time it is?
It's game time.
What a terrible background. Just kidding. Either way, here we are, guys. I am dog beat tired. Was on air today. Not only that, then I had to go shoot a movie for 4 hours, and now we're here student film, not an actual movie. But let's get right into it. We got a couple things we'll be talking about to you guys. December 1st, 2022, the last month of this year. Let's get it,
How the
boys.
hell is it December, dude? It's like 84 out.
Okay, well, it's like 30 degrees here, so fuck you. Joke's on you. But let's get into it and let's talk about it. We'll be talking about first to start off the show, Al Horford's extension with the Boston Celtics and just the Boston Celtics in general. We'll talk about there. Then we'll move over to the Cleveland Cavaliers and how that team is good. And we'll follow that up with a little bit of Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. D-Book, definitely another year of being an MVP candidate, to say the least. Followed by the ageless wonder himself, LeBron James, defeating Jason Momoa's father. Time for another year. It seems like then Kevin Durant fall finally to finish up the episode. It's a little bit of T-Wolves before we play Pirtle. How are you doing today, Jackson?
Up great. How are you?
I mean, I've been better. I've had more energy before, but it's all about powering through and getting through this because then I'm going to eat myself some noodles and company after this. So I'm very stoked for that. So, how do you feel about the Al Horford extension? You got any thoughts on that as we start? That's where we'll start a talking point today. They gave Al Horford a 2-year, $20 million extension to the old man. Thoughts?
Yeah, it's better than losing him. I mean, he's huge for him right now. Even on the nights like last night where it was the Tatum show, he's just so vital to their team. I mean, he helps them on both ends. He's a big culture piece. He's the veteran. Call him Uncle Al. And yeah, it's definitely better than losing him. I don't know if it will last for 3 more years, but I don't think it matters with that contract really.
So definitely the interesting part is Al Horford. Last time he signed a contract, he was shit and on Philadelphia and ended up playing a season with the Oklahoma City Thunder. But look, I think this is a good story right now. Al Horford, he's been playing well for them, and it's not even about defense; it's about his presence in the locker room. Al Horford's always a guy you can count on to give you some buckets. This year, yes, he's averaging 10.9, which is about the same as last year, but he's shooting 48% from three, grabbing about 6 to 7 boards tonight, 3 assists. Again, it's not about the defense, and it never was. It never was. And I think one of the interesting parts about this team is Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. I think Al Horford has played a big part in their development in the idea of confidence, because I think it's definitely Al Horford is somebody who's chirping in their ear, giving them the confidence. And he's almost like a second coach out there, I bet, at this point, for how long he's been around. And them giving him, it's 2 more years of Al, $10 million a year. Like, he turns 39 in June 2025. So he's 36 right now. And he's continuing to play a key role. I just think a lot of people think of the Boston Al Horford and they don't remember the third overall draft pick from 2007. I believe he played college at Florida. Guy who's averaged his career 14 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Crazy to think about that. His career averages are very similar to what he's averaging now, 11, 6, and 3. Interesting. He really hasn't fallen off. I just think what you have is that he's an indispensable guy who he's like, yes, his defense is good. He's not a rim protector. He's just a guy who can play defense. And
Shoot those threes, take those big time shots. I kind of view him almost as like PJ Tucker a couple years ago, where I really don't care what his stats are. Like, to me, it's like pretty irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm thinking of PJ Tucker, I'm not like looking at the stat sheet thinking like,
oh yeah, no, I agree. But like, Al Horford's way more offensively gifted than
yeah.
PJ Tucker. So there's this great piece right here on The Athletic. Why did they re-sign Al Horford now? And I just want to read this paragraph. The Celtics have a knack for giving out extension at odd times. The rare late November agreement for Horford in the last year of his deal is yet another example. This locks in Horford to likely retire with the Celtics at a rate that will be commiserated with a solid bench piece as the cap rises in the next few years. It turns all focus on Grant Williams' next deal as the price opens the door for a bigger payday and starting role for the potential restricted free agent Grant Williams. So what are they saying? His work ethic, commitment to his body and craft is unselfish, set and daily example on how to win big in the NBA. His leadership has had a big impact on the coaches and players he's competed alongside here in Boston, said Coach Brad Stevens in a statement Thursday. He just embodies what they want.
Yeah.
And
I got an interesting comment on my Celtics video today saying Boston will be the San Antonio this decade.
I mean, depends on what San Antonio they're talking about.
Like last decade, San Antonio.
I know. But like I hope they can be. I mean, if anybody, if I had to say which team looks like the more which could potentially has a better shot of being that said team, it's the Golden State Warriors. And that's not even me being like, I'm not even a Warriors fan. That's just being realistic. Like if the Warriors can get Jonathan Kuminga, Ryan Rollins, Pat Baldwin, James Wiseman, and Moses Moody, like all the picks they've had in the last 2 years, like fully like in the next year and a half, like fully like transition to being actual integral pieces to winning championships. They have it. It's just that Boston has no like development system. Tell me something.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with it.
I don't have an issue.
Sam
It's
Hauser.
No, but like yes, Sam Hauser and like you could say Payne Pritchard, but besides that,
Jason
like
Tatum,
they stopped developing guys. Like they sign guys.
You're taking the LeBron route. LeBron's not looking to, get
I
the
know,
first pick in the draft and
but
develop
teams like
this
the
kid.
Warriors and Warriors Suns, okay,
Well,
the Spurs,
yeah,
the
I get what
Spurs
you're
were
saying.
they always drafted guys. Like people don't realize the future was supposed to be DeJounte Murray and Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, that's fine. I just think Boston's more in a position where they're trying to win rings, and you can still find like they have their superstars. So I don't need like a lottery pick if I'm Boston.
No, I agree.
I need more of those like Chris Duarte's, those guys who are late first, like maybe they're a little bit
Hate to
older.
break to you, but Chris Duarte was a lottery pick.
I mean age, like these older players
a Christian Brown.
Yeah, like they're just ready to go. They're ready to rock.
Yeah,
and
NBA
roll.
ready. Jake LaRavia.
Yeah, perfect.
Let's move on. I think that's enough Celtics love right there. We gave them like 5-6 minutes.
Shout out Justin Trambino.
Yeah, shout out Justin Trambino. We got to hit him up soon. Get him back on the show soon. Actually, seriously, he's good. He's a good talk.
Mm-hmm.
I just had last night. I interviewed one of like the most popular like KU like journal. He's not even in journalism anymore. He just does it on the side. He actually works for Meta. And
I just bought some more Meta today.
Stock.
Yeah.
And wow, that was the biggest waste of money. Meta's dying, bro.
Meta, you think Zuckerberg is gonna like not be a G? Like the thing is, Meta's stock is the lowest it's been since like 2016.
Yes, because they fucked up and Metaverse failed.
You really think Mark Zuckerberg?
I've said for months, dude. I've said for months that Metaverse, like.
Dude, they've put billions and billions and billions of dollars into the metaverse. He's not going to just let it fail. We live in the metaverse right now.
We don't.
We're already in the metaverse.
It failed. The metaverse.
When was the last time you checked? You didn't check your phone for over 7 days. Like we're in the metaverse right now.
Dude, but no, I'm actually serious. Like I've read like pieces. The metaverse is like has been deemed a failure. The metaverse. I
don't give a shit about the pieces.
It's been
real life example. Go on a plane.
Facebook is already.
Facebook
is planning on phasing it out almost already. They're like giving up on Meta. They failed. They failed.
Okay, I'm into. I don't like the metaverse. I don't want it to necessarily succeed, but financially, I'm gonna keep buying that damn stock.
Okay, but like I'm telling you, the stock will probably recover, but Meta has failed. Meta will not be a thing because everyone realized, no one cares to live in a VR world.
We're in a VR world right now.
I don't even believe in augmented reality, but like if anything becomes like feasible, it's AR, which is augmented reality, which is like from what my friends who are like who like believe in AR, it's like it would help like doctors and like engineers with
Are you
like.
getting in the Neuralink? Are you gonna get a chip in your brain?
I think that isn't that what augmented reality is? It's
It's
like,
so it's so dumb.
yeah, I don't
And
believe in it either. I think it's dumb too, but like
people are gonna do it,
augmented
dude.
reality is way more believable in the theory than metaverse ever
Dude,
was.
people are stupid, man. Most people are like really, really stupid. They're in Canada, they're already killing people. Like they're literally killing people.
With what?
I'll send you some links after if you want to get in a little rabbit hole, but they're like assisted living because they can't pay for all their medicine. So
You're saying they're
like
euthanizing people?
essentially euthanasia.
Yeah, euthanasia.
Yeah, it's
There's no
happening.
Utes in Asia. Why are they killing
Yeah.
Utes in Asia? Okay. Have you seen that piece? That joke?
I yeah, I can't remember like a specific, but
It's
yeah, I
Ali
remember.
G. It's Ali G. And
Who's
he's like,
that?
it's Sacha Baron Cohen. It's how he got famous. It's one of his characters. And he's asking like
Oh.
a doctor. He's like, why are they killing the Utes in Asia? I don't see what's the problem with the Utes in Asia. I think you mean euthanasia. No, what did yeah, exactly. They're killing the Utes in Asia. So it's like okay, so the Cleveland Cavaliers are a team that I think they've had a few hiccups, and I think those hiccups are more just chemistry things. But I think we're both in agreement that as much as Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell are important to this team, I think the two most important guys to this team are Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. The
Actual
defense.
statement.
What'd you say?
Actual.
Yeah, like literally, like don't get me wrong. Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell help win you games, but I think Jared Allen and Evan Mobley's defense and rebounding win you games.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think they win championships. I mean, Donovan Mitchell and Darius, they're so good in their own regard, playmaking for their opponent or for their teammates. Donovan Mitchell averaging over 5
Exactly.
assists this season. I can't put too much stock in like yesterday's game because they're without Harden, they're without Maxey, but still it's Joel, and Cleveland's without Jarrett still, and Jarrett is so integral to this team. I'm really curious to see what happens with Cleveland because they made their big time splash, but I genuinely don't think that they're quite done with that. If Evan Mobley can take that leap into like a superstar, I mean, Cleveland is a legitimate finals team. I still don't really think I can win a championship with Donovan Mitchell as my best player, but we're still seeing DG progress. We're still seeing Mobley progress. It's just the start for Cleveland. Like, it's just the start. It's crazy. Like, they were supposed to be a desperate team last year. So it's awesome. I'm happy for the city. It's a great city that people have never visited and they hate on it.
I've driven by Cleveland. I've never visited it. I have nothing against Cleveland. I've heard, it's a Rust Belt city, so it's probably like all the other Rust Belt cities I've been to. Nothing wrong with it. It's just the Rust Belt cities have like a similar vibe to it, similar to how Midwest cities have a similar vibe. Like Omaha, Oklahoma City, and Kansas City, they all feel the same. But I want to say that I think the Cleveland Cavaliers right now, they're my fourth best team. The only three teams I have in front of them are maybe the Suns, the Celtics, and the Bucks. And I think that's just being like honest. Like, do I think they could beat those teams? Yes, 100%. I feel if I was putting money down, I would put those three teams in front. But Donovan Mitchell, he's been fantastic. Obviously, having a lead guard, you have a lead point guard, but having a lead scoring guard, a guy who legitimately can put the team on his back and drop 50 at any given moment is great because you lost Darius Garland for a few weeks, and it doesn't feel like you lost Darius Garland. People forget that already. At this point, Darius Garland missed like 2 weeks or a week or so. It was like 10 days with that eye laceration. And
Same with Jarrett.
same with Jarrett. And last year's season, if that had happened, this team would have probably lost every game. But having now Donovan Mitchell here, it allows you to be able to still win games, remain competitive, even when you do lose 1, 2 guys, 3 guys that are part of your key, decision making. And with the what's up? You gonna say something?
I was just gonna say, Karras is back too, and Karras was getting a lot of flack around the league. Like, he just simply wasn't making his shots. I'm curious what they're gonna do with Karras and Isaac because
and
Karras on
Jetty.
an expiring year. Jetty could be used as a piece, but I really like Jetty.
I like Jetty too, but like Jetty, just the contract's a good filler.
Okay, yeah,
trade filler.
Cool. So I think Cleveland's like so close to a splash. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do, and I don't think it won't be this year, but It'll be soon, man. Some big free agents can be like, I want to go to Cleveland.
So what I was gonna say is, since acquiring Mitchell, I think there was some thought that he might plateau as a scorer and decision maker, but he's literally unlocked more of his game, and his scoring and shooting are fantastic. And obviously his defense is pretty rough still, but and Darius Garland isn't a great defender either. But you look at Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley literally switches on to guards. It's ridiculous what he's able to do.
Yeah. And he can play offense like a guard too.
Yeah, no, he can play off.
Love, the heart and soul.
K Love, who would you consider the sixth man? K Love or one of the wings?
I'd go K Love. Probably like I'm curious what's going to happen with Karras, if they're going to start him for the entire season. Once Rubio comes back, that'll do a lot. I'm not surprised Karras is the guy starting. I don't know. I can't consider him a six man because he's starting. So I would definitely go with Kevin Love. They all kind of chip in though. Dean Wade, Jetty.
Yeah, I think I honestly, we talked about it for a while that we were concerned about the wing rotation for a little bit. And I think it's due to the fact that we didn't know, but I think the wings, even if they don't make any upgrades, they have like these three wings, arguably four, including Dean Wade, Jetty Osman, Karis LeVert, and Isaac Okoro. Each give you a different skill set that they're better at. So I think that's like something that's being overlooked from the team. If that makes sense. And Lamar Stevens, but
that's what I was saying with them is I think before the season started is like I think they have enough on the wing, but I think in order to, like, for a championship aspiration, like, I mean, like, LeBron's an example because LeBron plays a lot of LeBron ball right now, but I'm just saying, like, if you had a Tatum, it's over. If you had a LeBron, it's over. If you had a KD, it's over.
All right, so I wanted to switch moods, and we're about to talk about the Lakers. But this tweet came out. It's a stupid trade, but it's interesting. So this is Bill Simmons' trade idea. The Lakers will receive DeMar DeRozan, hometown UCLA boy, and not UCLA, USC, my apology, and Nikola Vucevic, another USC boy. Two former USC boys, even though Vucevic from Montenegro. But Russell Westbrook and 2 first-round picks, with one of them being top 5 protected. I wouldn't do this. Why? Because Russell Westbrook's playing well. He's arguably your third best player. And the second thing is why am I trading for an expiring contract in Vooch? And why am I trading for literally – I think Russell Westbrook's a better defender than both of those guys combined. And arguably a better rebounder. What's your thought, Jackson?
I don't remember this being this last year.
What do you mean?
So you have Nikola last year, Russ last year. I think it's curious. I don't as a Bulls fan, I'm not a huge fan of this trade. I would only do this trade if we were completely desperate, but I still don't. I don't know. I think AK's got a vision in mind, and I have a hard time believing after making the playoffs for the first time since 2017 that they would. It's not like we wouldn't make the playoffs. Like, so I get it with Vucevic. I think Vooch would come back. I think he'll come back as a Bull, and DeMar's still hooping. The Lonzo news is what's really tough though. That I don't feel great about. Maybe if Patrick Williams was like 15-point per game scorer, we don't have enough scoring, and I'm losing like almost 50 points, 40 points every single night here with these two guys. So I think like Lavin would have to go down for the year. Like, I don't know, something would have to happen. I don't think the Bulls would be too interested in preparing for the future this far in advance.
Yeah, I think it's definitely interesting, and a lot of things would go wrong. I just think this is a stupid trade that I would never do. And at this point, maybe if it was the summertime when we were still acting like everything was like going wrong, but I fully have bought into the Lakers with Russ, and I think when you look at a guy like LeBron who's having career, I truly believe this is a team that is only a few pieces away from being legitimate contenders in this conference. You still have, one of the top 5 best players in the world and LeBron James. You got arguably a top 15 player when healthy in Anthony Davis, and you got yourself a top 30 player in Russell Westbrook. So I think at this point you start looking for deals for Kendrick Nunn and Pat Bev packaged together. And you've released Matt Ryan. So I think the best thing right here is we try to find a way to maximize Pat Bev and Kendrick Nunn. Now, how do you do that? That's a little hard, but maybe you can get a few you can get a massive trade down where it's just like, hey, we call up the Spurs, the Suns, and the Heat, and we're like, look, we know you guys want Jay Crowder and all that shit done. We just want Josh Richardson from the Spurs, maybe from the Heat. We'll take off your hands. I'm trying to think of somebody that they'd be willing to trade that's on a low contract money, but they wouldn't trade anyone on their team. But maybe you hit up the Suns and you're like, hey, you're not really playing Dario Saric, or you're not really playing, I think Dario Saric is the only way you could get there, but maybe you get yourself Dario Saric and Josh Richardson, and maybe if you call up the Jazz, you get yourself Rudy Gay too, and maybe you get yourself another guy like it's hard because you're trying, like, my idea is the best thing that they could do is try to get into a couple big trades and be like, hey, we'll take the fillers.
Yeah, I saw one with Laurie today, but Russ was in it.
No, I wouldn't. You have $18 million. If you package Pat Bev and Kendrick Nunn, you have $18 million. So
Patrick Beverly, I don't know who needs to tell you this, but Patrick Beverly is not getting traded. I don't care if
it's being
10%
reported that it's not that they want to trade Pat Beverly, but if they can find a deal where they can get 2 to 3 players for a deal packaging Pat Bev and Kendrick Nunn, they will do that trade in a heartbeat if it does not require picks. Because in their mind, if they can get themselves Josh Richardson, Rudy Gay, and another guy, that's 3 guys just for 2 guys who, Pat Bev, all he's doing there at the current moment is playing defense and installing the culture. You can get other guys to hopefully play just as good defense, and you hope that the culture will carry over. It's just Pat Bev and Kendrick Nunn are your best trade chips right now, not named Russell Westbrook.
I mean, I think Wenyen Gabriel's an enticing player. I think JTA is an enticing player. I don't think
their
Bev
minimum
gets traded. I don't care what the
their
reports are saying.
minimum contracts. It's all about salary filler. It's not even about like them being fit or what it's about. It's just about when a trade gets done. If there was somebody it's like Jetty Osman earlier. Not that the organization doesn't like them. It's not that the players don't want them there. It's just that if somebody was deemed expendable and their salaries coincidentally are more prime or easier to move, then that'd be Pat Bev and Kendrick Nunn.
Yeah. I don't think. Yeah, 13 million is a lot, and you can get some decent pieces if you were to do like Bev,
18,
Kendrick,
18.
and like Damian Jones, maybe a non-expiring was a player option. That's like about 20 million, right? So you could get somebody nice, or you could get a couple people that are nice. I don't know.
Buddy Hield and Miles Turner won't be traded anymore. They've announced.
Yeah, I've been preaching that for a while now. Doesn't make sense if they're winning. Miles Turner's issue is just health. It's not lack of skill. But with the Lakers, I think I think you bring up an interesting point, and I think that the fact that realistically they should probably be on a 4-game win streak if Nembhard didn't make that shot. They're 8-12. I think what they're going to do here is on this road trip where you're playing some heavy hitters, like you got Milwaukee tomorrow, Washington, Cleveland, Toronto, and Philly. If they were to go 1-4 or 0-5, God forbid, or even like 2-3, then I think I might be a little bit more willing to discuss this with you further. But for right now, I like what they got.
Don't get me wrong. I love Pat Bev, who they got for Taylor Horton Tucker and Stanley Johnson. But Bev's missed the last few games due to the suspension for shoving DeAndre Ayton. Awesome. And I love Pat Bev as a Timberwolves fan. I've always loved Pat Bev, even though Pat Bev is arguably the most hated man on the internet. And if he's on your team, you love him like you should. but if he's not on your team, you despise him. And the reason why I've said all this Pat Bev rhetoric is I don't know if Lakers fans like him. He's been horrendous shooting the ball. And let's be honest, his defense has been mediocre for his standards. And his intakes don't add anything positive to it. He's averaging almost as many rebounds as points, 3.9 rebounds to 4.1 points. And it's not exactly, it's just
because he's technically their best 3-point shooter on their team. Bev's another one of those guys. I don't really care what your stats are, but I get what you're saying. They're like significantly down. He's never been an efficient shooter
he's just having the roughest start to his season. And if he doesn't turn it around, they're going to have to move on.
One thing I do like about him is his lack of turnovers. I like the culture he brings.
He doesn't have the ball on him.
But Russ is doing his thing right now. We'll see, man. I think this road trip's big for him. They freed up that spot. So I'm thinking to myself, like, rather than JTA seems like a big swing and a miss. I'm enticed and interested in guys like Jeremy Lamb and Dwight Howard. Like, those guys interest me.
Well, Dwight Howard's enjoying Taiwan, but
can't they just say, hey,
probably
like you're playing in Taiwan, I want to play for the Lakers.
Probably.
He'll probably be like, oh.
I think Jeremy Lamb would be great. It's just that like the Lakers need someone who's less of a leader and just more of a guy who knows his role and fits that said role. And
then I need Russ and AD to pick up their slack, their end of the bargain, which they're trending in the right direction.
They're trending in the right direction. That's why we're talking about everybody outside of those guys.
And Austin Reeves is probably the most undervalued, under-recognized player in the entire
NBA. Why do you think
as
we
far as
haven't
role
mentioned
players
him
go.
at least in the trade talks? I would never ever.
Yeah, you can't trade Reeves. And like I saw Skip Bayless going at LeBron yesterday for taking all these threes. He went like 6 of 8 from downtown, and he's averaging the most amount of threes. LeBron, you can't do that. You're shooting less than 30%. Well, Skip, the thing is, LeBron James is 39, right? LeBron James cannot be driving to the rim every single possession because he has to play the whole season to get ready for the playoffs. So he can't do what he used to do. He's 39 years old. So
I agree.
We'll see, man. I like the Lakers. I'm interested to see how this road trip goes. I'm a little worried, though.
I agree. It's a little worrying to think about it, but I think the Lakers are a team that could turn it around. You know what time it is?
Dude, how's this not a Rick Ross beat? How are we not getting copyrighted every damn video?
We got copyrights and like 2 of our videos this past week.
Yes, and it's uncopyrighted music. So now I'm like, shit, do I have to go find new music?
Yeah, is that what they're copywriting us for, the music?
I'm pretty sure it's the background music. I have to watch it. It was like a 16-minute long video, and I couldn't click on it. When I kept clicking on it, it wouldn't do it. And I was like, oh, I'll do this later.
Interesting.
That's Karl-Anthony Towns.
Good guess. He's a forward. I got another guess. I think it's Patrick Williams.
Nice.
He's taller than 6'7".
You number guy, you should know that he's 44. He is 6'7", or he used to be 6'7".
That's funny. I think he's like 6'8". Then it means 6'8" or 6'9".
Okay. I guess Jaylen Brown.
That's a good guess. In the Atlantic, his number's lower than 7.
Oh, Brown's only 6'6".
So the Atlantic is Brooklyn, Boston, Wizards. No,
Philly.
Brooklyn,
No,
Boston, Philly,
Toronto. Nice.
That was a good guess, right?
No, because he's number 43.
Fuck!
He's younger than, what was it, 26?
Yeah. He's 6'9".
I think it looks so much like Freddie.
Oh my god, dude.
I would have never gotten that. Oh, New York.
Yeah, I realized. So once it said, I realized I was like, "Who's 6'9" and where's a number below 7?" Started looking at his facial. I was like, "This got to be on the Knicks. Not Julius Randle, not Mitchell Robinson." I was
I
like,
didn't
"Ah,
even think
it'll be
about that.
Toppin."
So, what team did I mess up in that isn't in that conference?
You didn't. You got it.
But no, I went Brooklyn, Philly, Toronto, Boston. That's 5. Brooklyn, Philly, Toronto, Boston, Brooklyn. Is Brooklyn not in it? I'm looking this up.
I have no idea.
Was that the Atlantic?
Yeah.
Yeah, Boston, Philly, Toronto. Wait, what?
Yeah, it's interesting to see like which one it is because I didn't. Yeah.
What team were we thinking? What? Wait, I'm so confused. Do you get what I'm saying? Boston, Brooklyn, Philly, Toronto. What was that other team I named?
I don't know.
This is gonna drive me crazy. I'm gonna have to watch the tape. Boston, Brooklyn, Philly, Toronto.
Yeah, I think I see. I think you're just making yourself crazy.
Brooklyn, Philly, Toronto. Boston, Brooklyn, Philly, Toronto. Oh, I think I keep naming Brooklyn twice.
You're fucking stupid.
Damn. So confusing.
Is that a candle in the back?
I need to buy a stupid fucking lamp. There we go. Is that a what?
Is that a candle in the background?
It's a Himalayan, pink Himalayan salt lamp.
What?
Yeah.
What does it smell?
No, but I got a nice scented candle right next to it. But I don't have batteries.
Well, you have a set of candle that needs batteries.
Yeah, because I don't I worried about fires.
So just turn the fucking candle off.
Well, I can't turn the candle on because I don't have batteries.
But get a regular candle and just use a lighter.
Well, I worry about fires.
So turn the candle off when you're done.
You know what else I got? Look at this.
Did you go on a shopping spree? What, are you gonna start painting?
Well, I finally got a bed frame. So I'm like, all right, let's just upgrade this place. Let's deck it out.
What's your room look like? Are you still sleeping on the floor?
Bro, yeah.
Do you not have bed sheets on?
I got those too.
That's how I used to live when I was 19. Like,
I know it feels so collegey, and I got to get rid of this damn flag, but I haven't found paintings that I like. So I decided to paint my own.
Yeah, a lot of my flags and shit. Like, I know with my girlfriend, like she's now applying to law school.
Like, yeah, if you live together.
I know.
Or if you weren't even in college. You got another semester pass, buddy. It's time to get to the real world.
Yeah, I know. Dude, she's being a cunt. Like play with yourself. Self-soothe, you goddamn. All right, let's move on to Kevin Durant, Kevin Durant.
37 in the last 5 or something.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Kevin Durant so far the last few games has been God, okay? I mean, first off, I think the Brooklyn Nets it's interesting because the Nets defense has transformed since Ben Simmons been on the floor. Like through, I think the last 14 games, their defensive rating's 105.9, which is arguably the best in the NBA over that course. And that's been really good with him on the floor, outscoring teams 7.8 points per 100 possessions. An extrapolate that over the entire season, it would be them leading the league in net rating. And Simmons just flat out isn't going to score or shoot a bunch. And the defense is getting there, and he's making 70% of his shots. And Vaughn, is doing well. So I think over here, Kevin Durant as a team, it's just, I will say Kyrie kind of disappears.
So that was, I think that was one of my big critiques was about Brooklyn having Kyrie and KD was that they, Kyrie last year was a lot different, and even KD was a little bit, these guys will drop 30 every night, or they'll both drop 30, but I don't really feel their presence.
Well,
You know?
KD, no, I feel like we feel
Well, now I
KD's
do.
KD, I feel him every night, but dude, Kyrie, some nights he'll say he'll drop 30, and I'll look at like Kyrie dropped 30. Why does it feel like Kyrie just didn't do shit this game? Like nothing against Kyrie. Like they wouldn't have won games that he's played in if it wasn't for him or anything
Yeah.
like that. Kyrie's awesome. But it sometimes feels like Kyrie's basketball, he might be a third now, a third option, and like not even saying scoring wise, but like I think that Kyrie and maybe James Harden's the same way. Their play styles with the way the NBA has changed isn't conducive to winning basketball games anymore.
Maybe. We'll see. I don't.
And what
I think it was both of them. I thought KD's 30s were a lot less noticeable than Kyrie, but I get what you're saying. I think
I
either
just
way, Brooklyn's in the right direction, man. Yuta Watanabe is the X factor.
oh yeah, no, but what I'm trying to get at is I feel like Kevin Durant does impact winning, but it kind of feels like James Harden and Kyrie are the nothing against them. It's just that why does it feel like James Harden since Houston isn't impacting winning the way he did in Houston? Why does it feel like Kyrie since I mean, even in Boston, he didn't even impact. Like he did impact, he was way more impactful, but it just felt like Kyrie on the Cavs, he legitimately had to be there. Like Kyrie had to be the bat Robin to LeBron's Batman. But now it's just like Kyrie might be like fucking Nightwing or like the Flash to like Kevin Durant's Batman.
It's interesting you say that because that year, 2015, 2016, when he got injured, he was only averaging 20 that year. And LeBron did so much to carry his ass until the playoffs. So I don't know if I'd go as far to say he's a third option, but I do think it's very noticeable, especially now post LeBron, that he needs, like KD or LeBron. Like he kind of needs that, like not even just a superstar. He kind of needs like a superstar.
So I
We'll
just
see. Hopefully Brooklyn enjoys their last year together because I want them to win it all.
because I'm looking at here is like Kyrie was an insane passer with the Celtics. 7 assists a night. It is like the year that he played 67 games. And the crazy part is he's so far only with the Nets. He's only played in this stat blows my mind, and it's 118 games so far.
And a lot of those are playoffs.
No, those are regular season games.
Oh, well, okay, because he's played 4 years. Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah, he should have
the most he's played is 54 in the season.
So in 4 years with 80. Well, one of those seasons was one of those seasons the bubble year, right?
Yeah.
So bubble year, which was like a 50 or 60 game season. So second season was 72. So he should be at 132 for his first 2 years. He could have played like 130 games his first 2 years. Second season was back to 82, which would have brought it to 214. And if he plays a full season this year, yeah. So at the end of his time with the Brooklyn Nets, he should have at least played like 300 games.
I think you got him flipped.
What?
Because his first year was COVID year.
That's what I'm saying. First year was COVID, so that was like 50 or 60 games because I don't think.
And then the second year was only 72.
So yeah, so that's 130 games, and then 82 last year. So
yeah, and the whole COVID thing was what?
Yeah. So either way, he with all the COVID stuff in the following season, he should have been, if he played every single game, he should have been able to play 300 games with the Brooklyn Nets. He's going to leave there probably playing 150 games.
Yeah, and I think that's what turns people off is, even if it's not injuries, it's off the court shenanigans. And although I don't agree with the way people like found the whole situation, is if you're in a business, if you're a basketball, thankfully Kyrie realizes that, like, it's just not, if you're gonna do it, you actually probably shouldn't. If you're a professional basketball player, and if you are, you should probably be like LeBron James.
Well, I'm all for, I'm all for player empowerment, and I understand that, players are people too. But then there's always that side of it, like, look, you're making all this money, you're an athlete, you're expected. It's like Joe Burrow said it the other day. It's like when you sign up to be a football player, you're going into it knowing you're going to suffer concussions, and that's why you make the millions of dollars that you do. So that's why like you see a lot of new football players now hating against other players who talk like about concussions and shit, and it's just like, bro, you signed up to this game knowing that concussions are part of it. And I think it's like for Kyrie, it's like you knew going into this that you are playing a game where everyone's looking at you.
Yeah, and I think, if everyone was Kyrie, it'd be all fine. But most people aren't Kyrie, so I think the team's gonna hurt regardless of if it's facts or not. So you're just better off letting it be.
I've returned. My dog is she's like trying to play, and I'm just like, no. Like right now, just keep being pulled. But what'd you say?
You can't control your teammates and how they're gonna perceive it, so you're better off just leaving it be.
Yeah, like I think here,
Rodgers.
Yeah,
like Rodgers is a good example, but Rodgers is Rodgers, and Kyrie is only a one-time NBA champion. As good of a player he is. I guess Aaron Rodgers is a one-time champion too, but hopefully you catch.
But he has like 4 MVPs.
Yeah.
Okay, and the thing is Aaron Rodgers, like this season, he hasn't been doing his antics because his play hasn't backed it up. So Rodgers was doing all his shit when he was the best fucking quarterback for like 2 years straight. This year, Rodgers hasn't been in the media, hasn't been in the news, and hasn't done anything weird because he knows he can't get away with it. Why? Because he's not playing good and he's not doing well. And it's just kind of like, I don't know, like
it's just detrimental to the team, even though if you have more crazier antics, it's just, especially in football, you got huge ass rosters.
Yeah, no, and in basketball, it's just Kevin Durant is a beast, and this team would literally be tanking if it was just Kyrie and Ben Simmons. Nothing against Kyrie or Ben Simmons. I'm just saying that Kevin Durant, he does a great job with this team.
Probably.
They're playing team right now, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think that lasts very long.
I don't think so either, but if the season ended today, I think they are, right?
I mean, they've been catching those wins. What are they? 12 and 11. I don't have the standings up, but yeah, probably around there.
All right, let's talk Timberwolves to end this video. And we want to talk about a guy who's finally getting his mojo back, baby. And that is Anthony Edwards. Ant-Man himself is finally looking like a normal guy. And for me, the Minnesota Timberwolves were a team that, look, they got Rudy Gobert. And the defense with Rudy Gobert has actually been really good with him on the floor. They allow only 105.6 points per 100 possessions. And they, this is a team that they just don't know how to score when Rudy Gobert's in the floor. But Anthony Towns got hurt, and freaking Anthony Edwards was like, I got a launch pad back. I can run. I can jump. What I'm going to do is dunk. I don't know why I did that, but it rhymed.
That works.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think the Wolves are broken. I was listening to some podcast yesterday saying this cat injury is brutal because they need as many reps playing together as possible to figure out how to make it work. Well, I just don't think it's workable. I don't. Maybe if Anthony Edwards wasn't on the team and if Anthony Edwards had a different style of play, but yeah, he needs that launch pad. He needs to throw that thing down. He needs to get into the lane. I'm starting to drift into the direction of Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns. One of those guys should come off the bench whenever they're both healthy, which is so desperate because they gave up 5 picks for Rudy Gobert. But I wouldn't be surprised if Karl Anthony Towns was traded at some point in the next year because it's not going to work. I don't care.
I personally think so. Last night we saw Wendell Moore, D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Edwards next to Kyle Anderson, Rudy Gobert. I don't understand why we started Kyle Anderson, which is a guy who can't shoot. So
he can shoot. He just doesn't shoot much.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
he's very vital to this team.
Okay, yeah. No, I got nothing against Kyle Anderson, but like, You
He
know
just
what?
doesn't shoot much.
Yeah, I know. And we also had more injuries because there could have been other lineups where you could have ran like Torian Prince or Jaden McDaniels, but I think they both were hurt, so they couldn't play. I would have started Jaden or Torian at power forward instead.
Yeah, Kyle Anderson, 43% 3-point shooter.
This season,
Career, he's
like 34.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a little bit below league average. So I think it's definitely interesting because you look at this team, they're fun, they're young, and full of cum. And I think this is definitely a squad with Anthony Edwards dropping 29. You got D'Angelo Russell with a double-double. What if D'Angelo Russell and Anthony Edwards were just like this and D'Lo's like, honestly, fuck my best friend. Okay? And
Yeah,
he's
it
just
might happen. Probably will. I don't know if it'll be Cat, but
well, D'Lo's definitely on his way out unless he just turns into God.
yeah.
But what do you think?
Bench Gobert and Cat.
Okay, so if you, I don't know, how do you fix the team like without benching someone or like with Carl Anthony Towns out? How are you starting this? I would do like Jaden McDaniels,
they're
Rudy
already doing
Gobert,
it
Anthony
already, yeah.
Edwards.
They can do whatever the hell they want. They're a basketball team again, so slow-mo, Prince, Jaden, doesn't matter.
You're the
It don't
worst.
matter.
You're the worst. You're a hater.
I'm just real about it.
All right.
I gotta say the two comments is painful.
Oh, brutal. Nobody
It's
watched.
So painful.
Nobody watched today. Did you see Chandler Hutchinson retired from the NBA?
Yeah, fuck him.
What do you mean? You don't like your former
Bulls hater? Hell no. Hell no. You talk all your shit 2 years and 2 years ago and then you retire good. How do you retire when you don't like have a job? You don't have a role in the league. How do you retire? No one asked. No one cared.
You're rude. You're rude.
He was rude to the Bulls. He can go retire, which he did.
He also played for my Wizards. I think we traded Troy Brown Jr. for him.
Yeah, and TBJ is actually a really nice piece.
Another great player for the Lakers.
Yeah. He's kind of what I wanted JTA to be like, too.
Dude, Chandler Hutchinson wasn't even that bad.
What are his stats?
His best season, 7.8 points, 1 steal, assist a game, 4 rebounds, 32% from 3, 45 from the field, and 18 minutes a night through 28 games for the Bulls in his second season.
Remember when Chandler Hutchinson made a TikTok laughing at the Bulls for trading him 6 months
ago? Really?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Remember Chandler Hutchinson? Apparently he just retired. Oh, yeah. His TikTok was when you get traded and help your new team make the playoffs last year. F him. Suffer, Chandler. Suffer. Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
I was just watching the video. That's pretty funny. Yeah, no one showed up today. I'm surprised how we had no viewers. Not even TP.
No TP, no Aaron. Shout out Double J.
Yeah, Double J.
Carrying the show the last couple of weeks. I had nobody in yesterday. I was like, F this, because that one time I went live without you when I was in Chicago still. I went live for like a half hour and not a single person was in it the whole time. Like I finished with 0 views.
People just said, fuck this guy.
People didn't even look. People didn't even they didn't even. Yeah. I don't know how you bounce back from these. I don't know.
Me?
No, like I'm just saying, like tomorrow's episode will have like double digits or something. It's a long journey. What month are we in? Like 9?
Together?
No, 8?
7.
7.
So we'll be 7 months deep on the 4th or 15th. Yeah, no. It'll look funny in 2 years.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
No, but legitimately, in 7 months we got like 1,100, and then in another 7 months we'll at least be at 2,000. So
2000 what?
subscribers.
I fucking hope. Yeah.
Nah, but they'll all come to fruition. I just got to build this website, and then we'll start writing, and then we'll just have multiple like ways to get to the show, and just keep growing it and growing it.
Yeah.
But the thing is I do want to see once we start this website if we can get interns.
Oh, that'd be so nice. I'm having such a hard job finding interns for golf ball, and like even just helping us film. Everyone like thinks they're recording with us, and there's like a part of the golf ball team, and it's like I guess kind of are, but not in like the way you think. You're not gonna be like on the camera. You're just gonna be filming, which is like I would take that role if I just graduated college. I was working this shit job, and I could go play golf every day and get that shit paid for, and not every day, but like twice a month. Be like, yeah, meet the golf ball boys. Yeah,
How much you paying them?
$0. I would just comp everything we do for them. So if we went on a trip, no payment, or like they're not paying for anything. If we're going to play golf, they're not paying for anything. If we go and get some supper, they're not paying for anything.
So
I think it's good work experience. If I'm a student at Florida Gulf Coast, I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. You gotta go to the schools then and put out flyers.
Yeah, that's what we be doing.
You have?
We're working with the Inhawk brothers.
Who the fuck are the Inhawk brothers?
What? Sigma Chi? Your biggest rival. The one that's taking all your girls.
Are you guys actually having a fraternity help you out find interns?
Yeah, Nick was former president.
At that fraternity?
No, in DePaul. I don't know how the fuck he. Oh, Nick, I hope you watch it. He's in Mexico right now, but I don't know how the fuck he got president.
Legitimately?
Yeah, I don't. He was thriving. I don't know how the fuck he got that.
I lost VP. I was secretary. I was secretary of the fraternity, and then I ran the following year to be vice president, and I lost.
Yeah, man. I guess Kansas is way bigger than DePaul, though.
Yeah. Also, I'm really happy I wasn't vice president of the fraternity. That would have fucking sucked.
Yeah.
I got nothing else to talk to you about, bud.
No.
It's
just a tough demoralizer.
At least we'll have clips. We actually got good clips.
Yeah, I fucking hate clipping. Holy shit. I hate it so much. It takes like 20 minutes. If I sit down, start a timer, do it all, it takes 20 minutes, but it's like, all right, this is either.
I have seen you do it in 20 minutes because I'll check.
Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, I'll check and I'll look over because sometimes when you do a mass upload, I'll go through and I'll redo the tags sometimes.
Oh, that's why we're struggling. That's why no one's in here. You gotta trust the process. We use the same fucking thing for tags.
No, it's like if it's a day or two.
Yeah, you do chunkies.
What do you mean?
Chunkies. Like Swikey sent me his tags the other day, and they're so different than mine. And I'm like, I don't know how the fuck people are watching this video. It'll be like so broad. It's like the most broad stuff. I'm thinking like I would figure if I'm making a video on the Celtics, I should do all Celtics tags. But he sent me his, and I'm like, oh, there's only like the team name is only in here like 5 times, like and 40,000 views. It's like,
wait, what?
Yeah.
So what I do is I first type in. I go on Google Trends and I see which players are trending.
Yeah, that's so gay. Fuck that.
And then, so if I see like, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are trending. So I type in Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. Then I type in Jaylen. Then I type in Brown. Then I type in Jason. Then I type in Tatum. And then I type in NBA Celtics, Celtics NBA, Celtics, Boston Celtics, Boston Celtics. And then I go to rapid tags and I grab rapid tags.
Yeah, that's interesting. I haven't had an issue with rapid tags. I'm loving it. So yeah, I'll flop. Some videos will flop, but most of the time they do pretty well.
I'm gonna go grab noodles and company, boss. I'm starving. I haven't eaten all day. All I had was a donut.
I'll go cry in my closet.
You know what? Also, was your meat that you cooked this morning raw? Do you eat your meat French rare?
I like it more medium rare.
I like mine medium rare.
Yeah, that shit
Okay.
was medium rare, baby.
That shit looked like it was raw in the middle.
Nah, dude, that shit was perfectly medium
Did
rare.
did you saute the sides?
Only one. Dude,
So
it's
what?
so good. I'll
So
make it for you when you come visit. I'll make it for you. It's like the best. It's like honestly so good.
so are you
And
telling me?
I'm not biased with my own food because when I make food, usually it's like terrible.
Wait, so you're telling me you don't flip the meat and roll it over to get the sides cooked? So that was red meat that I saw that you just sauteed each side and it just didn't
Oh
touch.
no, I oven it.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
it was the lighting. It was the lighting. I thought
it
it
was also a
was,
little red.
huh?
I'll show you the inner meat next time I make a fillet.
I like a medium rare fillet. Like my friends
I
always
love
say,
my fillet.
like I like my friends always say my shit's still like grazing the pasture when I'm eating it, but like because of how red it is. But I have a friend who eats French rare. Have you had French rare?
I don't. If I'm at a steakhouse, I'll eat it like super rare if that's how it comes out. But I don't. I don't know. You can eat raw meat.
No, I know, I know. So
So
you
yeah, I
have
don't.
no, I have a friend. Have you had French rare before?
No, definitely not. No,
So
no.
French rare
Like
is
really fuck with
I've
it.
had it before as a kid. I didn't like it, but I've never met on someone until I went to college who ate French rare. And it's you get a pan, hot as hell, throw a thing of butter, and all you do is you put the meat down for 1, 2, flip it 1, 2, and you're done.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I mean,
Oh my! It's still cold.
oh fuck that. Hell
The
no.
inside is still cold. It's supposed to still be a little cold.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't mess with that.
I literally watched. I've seen the kid eat it multiple times, and I'm like, "You're just a fucking animal." I was like, "Bro, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I love like very rare, like medium rare, like bloody, like, but I still want it warm. I want it
Yes.
warm. I want it
Yes.
warm.
Yes. If it's cold, I will not. I don't even know
Yeah,
what I would do if I made a steak and it's cold on the inside. I would like
yeah.
freak the fuck
His is
out.
like less than lukewarm.
I
Less
throw that
than.
in the microwave for like 5 minutes and just be like, fuck this.
All right. Have a good night, boy.
Yeah, you too. Peace.
Peace.